Let's talk a little bit about those results. The adjusted number came in line with expectations, $1.03 a share, but the revenue was a little bit below what the street had been anticipating. What did you see with your customers that maybe the street wasn't ready to see?
Well, we have experienced the impact of COVID, just like every business leader that you're talking to during this earnings season. And so sales have been impacted by that. Our commercial and industrial in particular, Becky, as you think about retail and schools and other businesses that have really been challenged during this COVID period. The bright spot for us has been customers who are working at home. So remote work has really been a positive in our residential class of customers. But overall, sales have been down in 2020 as a result of the impact of COVID.
You anticipate that's going to change as things start to open up, as vaccines roll out around the country?
We're seeing some positive indications. As I look at the year, I think some weakness here in the beginning is probably consistent with what others are seeing around the U.S., but we expect strengthening over the course of 2021. Some of the positive signs we're seeing is that infection rates are down in almost every one of our states. Vaccination rates are up. I think those are two positive trends. And as we look at migration statistics, we serve 4 of the top 8 states of population migration. So the Carolinas, Florida, Tennessee. Our customer growth has been particularly strong in 20, and we're anticipating that it'll continue in 21.
We've had a lot of conversations, Lynn, trying to figure out how much this work from home is going to extend even past, getting through the pandemic. Do you think that would be the case, that more people will be working from home? And if so, how would that impact your business? What would you need to do to pivot?
I think, Becky, this flexibility that has been introduced as a part of our remote work, certainly here at Duke Energy, is going to be part of our plan going forward. We're going to have to address social distancing and some of the COVID protocols that will be required throughout 2021, maybe into 2022. As we bring employees back. So we've got that to address, but also providing employees with flexibility. So we see a hybrid work approach, sometimes in the office, sometimes at home. And I think for our business, that's positive. That gives us an opportunity to sell, more power in a residential class, which is profitable for the company.
Lynn, your industry, perhaps more than any other, is one that's kind of caught up in between the differences between this administration and the last. We have seen big swings in energy policy already in this new Biden administration. And I know when you're an energy company, electricity company, you got to plan for the long term. You have to put your plans and make sure that you're putting the capital out there. I know back in 2017, you all came up with a 10-year vision plan. And part of that was to be looking at more renewables and trying to find a way to reduce your carbon dioxide output. Part of that was also to expand your footprint when it came to natural gas and your usage for that. I just wonder, have you tweaked the plan? Have you changed things depending on what you're hearing from the administration that's in power at the moment?
It's a really good question, Becky, because what you're raising is we run a long cycle business with a lot of capital spending, and how do the policies impact that? And at Duke, we've been very clear with a clear vision about reducing carbon emissions. We are at over 40% reduction from the 2005 baseline already, headed to at least 50% by 2030 and net zero by 2050. And so as I think about the President Biden and his administration, we share a common goal of pursuing carbon reduction in a way that achieves that result, but also maintains reliability and affordability for our customers. So there's no question, as we learn more about new technologies, about the pricing of technologies, we will always refine our plan. So you see more renewables in our plan than you would have, Becky, a few years ago, where the cost curve was still coming down. We look to double our renewable footprint by 2025, triple it by 2030. It'll be the largest segment of our generation by the time we get out to 2050.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.